Yellow again. I wanted to post a video showcasing a new build I found that I've been enjoying immensely and has pretty much carried my entire league's enjoyment and motivation so far up to this point. So yeah, but first I just wanted to cover what has happened since the last video I uploaded, which was going over the Lifestacking build that hits a wall around 600 delve depth. It was a soft lock, more gear investment would have been able to push it further, but I felt like it was time to attempt to re-roll into the Lifestacking Mana-Forged Arrows variant of it. So about midway through week 2, I had crafted everything I needed and put together enough currency to re-roll, and I did, and managed to push some more in delve, managed to farm up a little bit more before the Mage Blood, which allowed me to switch to the Crit Jewels, which allowed me to basically push to depth 1000, which, as you can see over here, the week 2 snapshot, I was a rank 3 Hyro in delve, and I can quickly show some of the gear here quickly. Yeah, this was basically it. I won't go into too much depth there, but basically I found I wasn't enjoying the build at all. The playstyle just wasn't for me. The damage, the single target damage, was absolutely insane. I don't think I've ever seen that kind of single target damage before. Admittedly, it was spiky and required some ramp, but when the damage was there, it really was there. But yeah, in the end I decided it's not for me. I'm not enjoying the playstyle. I'm rather going to look for something else, so I started keeping my eye out. And then I saw Morph's channel. I'll link his Twitch and his YouTube down below, but I saw him playing a Lifestacking Penance brand that was just insanely tanky and dealt pretty decent damage. And I thought, damn, that looks fun. Yeah, so I tried to replicate it, self-crafted everything myself, and it was a process that I enjoyed. And I ended up with something like this, which you can see over here. Ends up being around 50 million DPS, with both brands on a target. Pretty tanky max hits, like 100k Cold and Lightning, 200k Fizz, 200k Fire, 50k Fizz, 75k Chaos, with insane recovery, regen, recoup. It feels amazing, as I'll showcase in a bit. Yeah. With regards to crafting the gear, I will happily put out a video after this going over how each of these items can be crafted yourself if you're interested. None of it was very difficult, just obviously currency consuming, as is everything in this game at the high end. But yeah, to showcase some of the tankiness and fun of the build, I've put together a bit of a Uber Shaper arena over here. Let me just put my skill back on because I just didn't want to kill him by accident. I let him recover to full HP, just so you can see 100 to 0 damage check, and well, yeah, also just a tank showcase. I'll let it go on for a bit. I'm not sure why the clones are just default attacking. They're usually throwing out beams and balls, but yeah, I'll just end it for now. As you can see, the damage is pretty solid. It's not crazy, but it is there.
That was worth the wait.
Irrelevant.
So yeah, that was an Uber Shaper. Now, I'll do a quick showcase of all the other Ubers, except for Maven, because the cost is just relatively high at the moment, and yeah, I didn't think it was worth showcasing that for like 10 plus div. And Uber Cirrus, that one is just a no-go for me. I don't like it. I hate the fight. The fact that if you stand in one of those tiny degens for just like half a second, you almost just fall over. I don't like it. I would rather just avoid it. So I will showcase a Cortex, a Eater, Exarch, and Uber Elder. Let me just go ahead and do that quickly. What mods did we get? Proge, reduce damage from crits, that's pretty tanky. Oops, why am I stuck? Yeah, so no crazy mods, pretty easy.
What secrets are you hiding in that murderous mind? Valdo had some ingenious designs hidden in his memories. Observe. Great one, teach me. Darkness around us. Valdo's designs were bold. Do you remember dying here? Will. Turn away, sin. What are you? In this, the realm of the past, I am king, and you will bow.
But yeah, this build has been insane for helping me finish 40 out of 40. A lot of the conditionals, things like that, the builder has enough damage to take care of them easily, as you just saw, without having to worry. And also, for when you do make a mistake and you need to tank things, it's solid. So this particular conditional is defeating him without getting hit by the Wormhole Slam, which is phase 2 and 4. When he pulls you in before the slam. Let's see if we can do it. Phase 2 was easy.
Face your destruction. Sin surrounds you. No!
Yep, that would have been the conditional challenge if I needed it.
This will never be over. I will unify humanity.
And it's garbage. Okay, next up we've got an Uber Eater. The conditional, I think, here is defeat it without beginning to drown, which is a bit tricky. I don't like the balls. But anyway, let's see if we can do it.
Energize the spheres. Be gone.
Ooh, I actually tanked that under. Wasn't expecting that. What is that? It's the first time I've seen that. Okay. Cool, that would have been another one. I misclicked. Next up is Uber Eater. Sorry, Uber Exarch, which is just doing it without standing on the fire grates, which should be easy enough.
Your absurd defiance ends here, hatchling.
The appointed time is here. Victory will be ours.
With the fires of 1,000 suns. You do not have the strength, hatchling.
That may be, but I am not alone.
How pathetic.
That never gets old.
The fires of 1,000 suns. Incineration.
Until the others arrive to challenge
Garbage.
the Lord's realm.
Next up. Elder.
I may not rot,
Father, no!
putrefy, rot, spoil, and fester.
Exile, do something!
These invulnerability phases can be a bit much sometimes. Oh, I actually died. Wow. I was not expecting that. Not sure exactly what happened there. Come on, what you say? You! Nice. Let us see what we got. That does not look very good. Now, one of the things introduced this league was T17 maps, which I have been farming for the majority of my currency, just by rushing to the boss, killing the boss, getting the fragments. I initially saw Morph doing it, and it looked crazy and fun, and I loved it. It was my type of farming, my type of content. So that's what I wanted to do, and I ended up doing that for a while. Turned out very good. I just wanted to showcase some of the craziness, because we combine these maps with back to basics, which means 0 to 80% randomly increased effect of the modifiers on the map. This can lead to some absolutely nuts maps, especially considering we've taken all the effect on the tree, boosting it up as much as possible. And yeah, so I'm going to showcase a map here with extra proj, AoE, and speed. And I'm hoping we higher roll on the back to basics so I can show off some of the craziness that is these maps and how this build can handle it. Let's see, 11 extra, yeah, it's like a mid-roll basically. It can go up, no, it's mid to high roll. It can go up to 13, I think. 13 to the max I've seen.
Death will never cost more. Feel death's grip.
The conditional challenge, or the unfamiliar undertakings conditional challenge for this fight is to not get hit by the beams. That's these beams around the edge. His actual beam, this one over here, and the one he casts over here, doesn't matter. It's just this beam on the outside. Also, let me just let this play out for a bit. It's pretty nuts. Now, the reason I have the enchantment I do on my progenesis, which is plus 53 to max charges, is I just needed to get it to above where you can use it 4 times. The reason being is this is the content I was running over and over, and sometimes you'd run into like the Fizz's Extra Chaos mod. And I wanted to be able to use it 4 times to deal with the times I actually need it, like for example when the skeletons are coming towards you and you want to be able to survive that. I wanted to make sure I had enough charges to use it every time, so in this case I valued having it available over automatic usage. So yeah, that's just the reason I've got it. If I was just mapping or delving or something like that, I would rather have the automatic uses. So yeah, that's the insanity of T17s. Unfortunately, that's a double lowest drop. Also, yes, it's madness. Let me get out of here before I crash. I didn't realize there was Union of Souls. I'm not killing anything in there. Okay, and let's see. For the final showcase of the build, I have a depth 1000 all. That will definitely be HP capped. And he also has suppression. So that is annoying. It's going to be a tanky one, and fair warning, I don't have very high damage. You'll see it will take a bit. But this is once again just to show off how it looks at 1000. To show off the tankiness and damage. I do have a basically very heavily juiced phase run setup over here, which is the traditional weapon swap. How should we say it? Weapon swap tech for pathing quickly in delve. If you can just do this.
true Alzar!
Unfortunately, there is one thing that we aren't able to tank still, and that is the Zemzemar. When he does the little AoEs on the ground, that unfortunately does still kill us. Now, I think for a little bit of fun, instead of culling this, let's test one Hur-nak phase, which you should never normally see if you play this fight properly. Okay, those are already popped. Let's see. Yeah, pretty good. And unfortunately, we got the worst drop possible. So yeah, that's basically the showcase. Now, in terms of upgrade paths, there is still some extra stuff we can do. I settled for T3 cast speed on the ring, simply because I was tired of spamming essences. That can be improved. All my Adorn jewels are not synth implicits, because at the time I was just tired of rolling and I just wanted to play the build. So you could get implicits on your jewels. Obviously that will increase your damage immensely as well. In terms of defenses, we can drop Tempered by War and instead go Sublime Vision, which will make all of our resistances 90 if we drop if we drop Herald of Ash and pick up Purity of Fire. For the theoretical delve pushing build, I'd recommend checking out Morph's Discord, which you can find from his Switch. He's linked a theoretical build he would use if he was going to push deeper, or variant of the build I should say. But yes, there's definitely room to grow further, but I've been enjoying it immensely. You die very, very little, decent damage, tanky, and yeah. And like I mentioned, I will put out another video on how to craft the gear pieces. But yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.